U.S. equity futures and Asian stocks fell Monday amid a slump in Hong Kong property developers and jitters before a Federal Reserve meeting that's expected to hint at moving toward paring stimulus. The dollar rose. U.S. and European contracts dropped after the S&P 500 slid the most in a month, a test for the buy-the-dip mentality as the gauge jabs at its 50-day moving average. Hong Kong shares tumbled, with the report suggesting Beijing could widen its crackdown on private industries to the city's real estate firms. Investors are also tracking the risk of contagion from the debt crisis at developer China Evergrande Group, which was on track to close at a record low market value. A Hong Kong gauge of property shares sank. The offshore yuan declined. Australia's stocks and currency weakened as iron ore extended losses below $100 a metric ton. 10-year Treasury yields have risen ahead of the Fed meeting this week, where policymakers are expected to start laying the groundwork for paring stimulus. Japan and China are among key Asian markets closed for holidays. There's no cash treasuries trading in Asia. Aside from Evergrande and the prospect of reduced Fed stimulus, financial markets also face risks from uncertainty over the outlook for President Joe Biden's $4 trillion economic agenda, as well as the need to raise or suspend the U.S. debt ceiling. Investors were already fretting over a slowing global recovery from the pandemic and inflation stoked by commodity prices. We have inflation building in the system. Wages are rising, supply chains firmly driving prices, and with so many central banks having to make rate decisions, we think it's a bit jittery, Knights of Columbus Asset Advisors President and Chief Investment Officer Tony Monopoly said on Bloomberg Television. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said the U.S. government will run out of money to pay its bills sometime in October without action on the debt ceiling, warning of economic catastrophe unless lawmakers take the necessary steps. Elsewhere, the iron ore rout intensified as China stepped up restrictions on industrial activity in some provinces. In cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin slid and was trading at around $45,700. Other tokens such as Ether also retreated,